Here's the story of a single instrument so powerful that it revolutionized pop, dance, and film music. A synthesizer that outsold every other in history and defined the sound of an era. It wasn't analog, it wasn't FM synthesis, it was something entirely new. The Korg M1 was the music workstation that changed the game forever. With over 250,000 units sold, it remains the best-selling synthesizer of all time. But how did it achieve this legendary status? Synthesizers had already gone through multiple revolutions. Analog synths dominated the 70s, FM synthesis reshaped the 80s, and digital samplers were filling professional studios. But for most musicians, putting together a fully produced track still required multiple pieces of gear. That's where the Korg changed everything. The M1 was one of the first instruments to combine all of these elements into a single unit, making it the first true workstation synthesizer. Now let's talk specs. The M1 had 61-note keyboard with velocity and aftertouch sensitivity, 16-note polyphony, and 8-part multitimbrality. It also featured a built-in 8-track MIDI sequencer, which was a game-changer for musicians. It also had 2 card slots for expanding memory and loading new sounds. But what really set the M1 apart was its sound. Korg assembled an international team of sound designers, including legends like Jack Hodup and Peter Schwartz, who worked with artists like David Bowie and Madonna. Creating the M1 wasn't easy. The team faced tight deadlines and technical challenges. For example, they needed a slap bass sound. Session musician Robbie Kilgore improvised by playing the Gunsmoke theme on a muted bass with a pick. You can remember the Seinfeld theme track, for example. You can hear the M1 in multiple songs, Snap, W, Enigma, Robin S, and Black Box, to mention a few. Okay, so here we have the Korg M1. This is a great synth. For the time, it was a very advanced synth because you were able to sequence, to program your own sounds, to combine sounds, so you could divide your synth and put a bass here and another sound here, a piano or wherever you want it. And the sounds actually sound really good for the time. Let's hear this, but actually these sounds are very distinctive too from that era. I'm talking about the 90s. You probably recognize this. You will find a lot of this in the market. Something that you have to make sure is that because it has plastic all over, make sure that the plastic is not broken. Most of the times these keyboards arrive with dents or like broken pieces. And if you don't care about aesthetics, you can find it in somewhere around $400 to $500. in not great condition. But if you want like a pristine one, and we're talking about a 30-year-old synthesizer, you can find this in around $800, $700 to $850. That's the price for a very well preserved one. This is in the medium category. Just some problems pressing the bottoms here, but I mean those can be fixed. You can clean them up, and they will go back to life. It still operates. The whole thing operates well, but I pay way less. This is not like one of these pristine ones that are out there. So if you can get one, get it. If you like the 90s house music, you're gonna have a lot of fun with this. Also ambient and new age, what they used to call new age music at the time, like Enigma, Enya. Enya used a lot the D50, the Roland D50, but definitely the M1 has sounds that approach that sound as well. So let's check out other sounds. Also, there's sensitivity on this. That is one of the cool things, that if you wanted to make some more realistic music, not like very electronic, like with the analog synths, the whole thing about this is that you could have pianos, violins, like maybe have like a whole orchestra playing here. And I'm going to show you some more of these sounds. The coda trim. This is very similar. Bell ring. Also, another cool thing is that you can add reverb and you can add effects to it. So you don't need external effects in case you just want to use the synthesizer as a whole unit. Synth bass. Let's go with this. Reminds me, and correct me if I'm wrong, to the intro of Pink Floyd's album. The Division Bell album. I don't know if they use this one, but let me know in the comments. This reminds me of a solo synth. I mean, you have this solo synth that it sounds like a trumpet. Let's go with another sound. 39. This reminds me also a song by Sunscreen. The sound is not like exactly, but it can be a good replacement for that sound. Look at this. It's big, but you can hear a lot of digital here. You have a control here that you can use. Okay, the piano. This piano is very house, so this is a very cool one. Okay, we have that. This synthesizer also was used in a lot of music for films. So If you go back to movies from the 90s, you will identify some of the sounds from the M1. That's Terminator, which it was not actually played on the M1. I'm just like, I like that melody, so I just played that. But yeah. Have like this cello overture is this sound. This also reminds me of The Division Bell by Pink Floyd. It sounds cool. And more if you're making films. It's so funny that you can make music for films, but also house music with it. The same. You have drums. You can hear some house from the 90s here. We have a hammer. Cool sound. This is very cool. I mean, yeah, you can spend just so much time just exploring the sounds. There's a lot of sounds that are still relevant in this synthesizer after 30 years. So I'm pretty sure if you like the 90s house music, you're gonna have a lot of fun playing with this. Thank you for more than 4,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for being part of this community. And if you haven't subscribed, please do it. That will help me to get more people like you and grow this amazing community.